If your heart is breaking right now because you know that families and people in your community are struggling and you want to do something to help, but you also want to make sure that you are donating in a smart way and not getting scammed, this video is for you. You've probably seen this before, but you're scrolling TikTok and you see one of those sad puppy dog eyes or sad little kittens who have to have some kind of urgent, immediate surgery, and they need you to donate absolutely right now. And then when you look on their page, you figure out that it's the same animals having a different surgery every single day. And you know that it's just a scam set up, unfortunately, to pull at people's heartstrings to get you to open up your pocket and donate to them. And it's really frustrating just knowing that there's really scummy people out there who are taking away from people who truly need the help and situations that actually do deserve your money. If you're in a position to help and you want to do it smart, the very first thing that I recommend, and it's something that I do, is donate locally. Your own community and your own neighborhood has people in it who are struggling, who need your help. Of course, we live in a modern society. There's the internet and there's all kinds of things that get posted and, you know, the For You page. But always in the back of your head, when you donate to someone or a cause, you always kind of wonder nowadays if your money actually went to the person that you thought it was or to the cause that you thought it was going to support. So starting local actually helps eliminate a lot of those concerns, because if you go to your local food bank, for example, you know exactly where the money is going and you know that it's going back into your community. And of course, there's the argument where people say, well, I don't want my money going to administrative costs. Well, that food bank needs to keep their doors open. They need to pay their rent. They need to pay their utilities like any other business out there, but they're nonprofit. So every single dollar goes a really long way and it really helps benefit the people in your local area. It's so frustrating to even have to have this kind of conversation and help you stay safe from scams. I see it all the time as a financial institution examiner. You usually see scams increase during a humanitarian crisis like this one, or you see it during natural disasters, where people are more willing to open their pockets, they're wanting to donate, and so you have these bad actors that take advantage of that. Instead of the money going towards the purpose that you want or the person that you want, it's going into a scammer's pocket. If you really don't want to donate to, say, a large nonprofit or even a small nonprofit, can you look around in your own neighborhood? So this is a second recommendation that I have is, can you look around your own neighborhood in your immediate area? Do you notice like an elderly couple, single parent, or a family who may be struggling to feed their family during this time? You know, I don't have the best way to approach someone and ask if they need help. And I feel like a lot of times you're probably going to get a no, we're fine, no, thank you, but we're good, because there's shame surrounded with food insecurity and there's shame in asking for help. I'm a pretty direct person, so I don't have the best response or suggestion for you on how to approach someone and offer your assistance. But I did see a recommendation of, well, I'm headed to the grocery stores, or anything that I can get for you, or even just buying something while you're there and approaching the family and say, hey, there was a 2-for-1 sale and I'm actually not going to eat all of this. Is this something that I can give you? Can you take this off my hands? And then it sounds more like they're doing you the favor versus the other way around. So if you have any recommendations on how you can approach a family or an individual who you think might need assistance to get a more receptive response and get a yes, I would like your help. And also, something that I want to put out there is that giving help is such a gift to people. It's something that I had to learn a long time ago. When someone offers your help, it's actually a gift to the giver as well as a gift to the receiver. So if you're out there and you need help, what would be some ways that someone could approach you and offer their assistance that you would say yes to? Or would it just take multiple attempts? Let me know in the comments below. I am curious. Fraud is no joke. It's actually up $12.5 billion from 2024. And the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners reports that there has been a huge increase in trends with AI-generated fraud. How scary is that? Even though scams are on the rise, it doesn't mean that you should stop donating or stop giving. I do want to encourage you to keep doing that. It is still a benefit. It just means you have to do a little bit more work and make sure you verify who you're sending money to before you hit send. You can volunteer your time. I think that's really an understated and very needed resource, especially right now with the increase of people who need benefits. The food banks and the food pantries are severely overwhelmed and understaffed. And why not make it more fun? Why don't you ask your coworkers if they could join you, talk to your company to sponsor you, and have them submit a donation. You show up to your volunteer assignment, with your staff and your friends and your family, and then you have a check as well. What a surprise that would be. Because I don't think that we have a food shortage problem. I think we have an unaffordability, and I think we have an access problem. I experienced this myself when I had a really good paying job right out of college. And for the first couple of years, I was living off of ramen noodles, and I couldn't even drive my car into the office because I couldn't afford to pay for the gas. And I couldn't afford to have regular food myself. So I didn't actually qualify for benefits. I probably should have been on something because eating ramen noodles every single day was not sustainable and it was very unhealthy. But you do what you have to do in the situations that you're in order to make it, right? So I can relate to everything that's happening right now. 67% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. This is how stressful and fragile the American consumer, the everyday people have gotten to, is that at any moment, if you lose your job with the high costs that you're paying, and if you don't have an emergency fund to get you through to your next job, you could be in this exact same situation. And who I'm talking to is the people who have a stable job, who have extra additional income, who are able to donate, or if you don't have that and you have time and you're able to give a couple of hours of your time, to please do so if you have the opportunity. I guess because the truth is that no one is immune in the society we live in today to experience struggle. Unfortunately, crises like this bring out scammers. So anytime you have good people wanting to help, you have scammers wanting to take advantage. I would recommend avoiding sending money through DMs or Facebook messages unless you can actually verify that your money is going to the person that you want it to go to. And if someone approaches you in person on the street, say if you're going grocery shopping and they say, hey, I have this charity, can you donate to it? You can use this line, and I've used it before, is that, thank you so much, I appreciate you reaching out, but I have a predetermined verified list of organizations, communities that I donate to, but I appreciate you wanting to help, and good luck with your donation search. This keeps your giving focused and safe. So here are some scams that almost got me. I was trying to find a family to donate to for Christmas, and I found this woman on my Buy Nothing page, and I had bought a couple of things for her daughters, and I found out later through a series of random events, but somehow someone reached out to me and said, hey, I saw that you were going to donate to this person. They're actually a known scammer, and they gave me a list of support. I felt so good about trying to donate and trying to make this Christmas wonderful. I know that there are a lot of good people out there, and unfortunately, a bad apple can spoil it for the whole bunch. But the positive of that story was that I was able to take those items and I returned them and split them into 2 different gift cards and was able to actually help 2 different families for that holiday. I also was almost scammed with the Joann Fabrics closing. I saw an ad on Facebook that I clicked on, and I was putting stuff into my cart, and it was actually my fiance who noticed that the cart URL was different than the Joann's Fabric website URL. So one thing that I recommend that I learned from that is if you see something that is too good to be true, because these items were like 90% off, I would go to the website directly instead of clicking on a link. That's why I say try to avoid sending money through DMs or through Facebook links or like TikTok links, unless you can actually verify that the website and the cart is legitimate, because the website looked legitimate, but it wasn't, because I clicked it through a link instead of going to, typing in the actual website address and going to the website directly. So watch out for that one. And the last one, cats and dogs and animals in general really pull at my heartstrings. I'm a big animal lover, So one of my chosen organizations that I donate to every year is the Humane Society. I saw there was a bunch of flooding in Texas, and the Humane Society reached out needing some help down there financially to help move their animals to different places. I was seeing a lot of copycats on TikTok and on Facebook and Instagram where it was a lot of like, oh, the flooding, and they were taking the same photos that the actual legitimate company was using, and they were posting it under a different name. I had no idea who they were, and they were asking for money. And so I thought, I'm just going to go directly to the Humane Society website and donate through there. And that's what I would recommend, is that if you see something and they say donate now, it's super urgent, actually looking for this business, make sure they're legitimate, make sure they're an actual organization, make sure they're actually a nonprofit, make sure they actually exist. Because scammers are everywhere. It can happen to me, it can happen to you, and I want you to be able to continue donating and contributing to the people who need it the most. I've rambled enough. So the point being, just donate smart. Just be smart, be careful, because a lot of scams happen during times like this. I encourage you to share your kindness. It is contagious. We need a lot more compassion these days. And if I can ask you for a favor, please like and subscribe and share this video with someone who you might think would benefit, who wants to donate and doesn't know how or is cautious. And maybe share it with someone who might be quietly struggling themselves. They may reach out and provide you with an opportunity to give. Because we're all in this together, and we can give with intention and not with fear. If you want more videos on financial awareness, empowerment, and making your money work for good, subscribe and stay connected. I'll see you in the next one.